Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. We are just about to head off to the park to have a little play. I'm still pregnant, which is fabulous. I'm 40 weeks and 2 days pregnant, so I'm 2 days past my due date, which I was kind of expecting anyway because Sienna was on time. Jimmy was 10 days later. 10 days later. I was kind of expecting it anyway because Sienna was on time, but Jimmy was 10 days late. And I feel like I'm just carrying a little bit the same as what I was with Jimmy. Like I'm a bit smaller and I don't know. I just feel like baby has a little bit more growing to do. So I'm feeling okay about it. I'm really trying hard not to focus on any dates or days past my due date. It's kind of hard not to, but I'm trying really hard not to. And I have a little bit of a headache today. Yesterday I was really nauseous. Today I still feel a little bit nauseous as well. I don't know if it's to do with the weather though, because it's gotten a lot hotter here kind of quickly. So it could be from that. I'm not sure. But anyway, we're going to go to the park and have a bit of a play. And I'm going to have a bit of a walk around and see if we can get this baby moving downwards. Does that sound good?
That's funny, Mummy.
Does that sound good?
Mummy, look how much I
Love you, cat boy. Cat boy. Cat boy, I love you. Oh. Jimmy's sad because he didn't get to push the buttons on the dishwasher. Hey. Love you. Say love you, Mummy.
What a funny face.
He does love me. Okay, so we're back from the park now. We've had lunch. Jimmy has just gone down for a nap and Sienna is watching some TV. I just wanted to talk about something. I don't really want to talk about it because when I think about it too much, my mind kind of runs away with it a little bit and I start to get worried. But maybe this information could help someone who is going through something in their pregnancy like I am, and it could give them some information, or it could just give them some relief, or maybe someone can relate to it. And also, if anyone else has had this during their pregnancy, please comment down below, because I've not come across anyone that I know personally that has had this positive result from a test. So I'd really like to hear other people's experiences with it if it has happened to you. So when you're around 36 or 37 weeks pregnant, you have to go and get this test done, and it's called the GBS test. And what you have to do is you get a swab, like a long cotton bud type thing, and you have to put it up your vagina, and then you have to put it a little bit up your bum hole, which isn't the funnest thing to do. But you gotta do it. So with my previous 2 pregnancies, I've done that test and it's come back negative. But with this test, it came back GBS positive. So this is what Google says GBS is. I shall read it to you. My eyes are going funny. What is GBS? GBS is Group B strep. It is a type of bacteria commonly found in the intestines, rectum or vagina. Many women have it and it usually causes no health concerns or symptoms. The main concern is passing it on to the baby before or during a vaginal birth. While many babies who get infected stay healthy, a small proportion, about 1 in 200, become very sick within the first few days of life. They get serious infections such as pneumonia and blood poisoning or meningitis, which is an infection around the brain. These seriously ill babies are treated with intravenous antibiotics. Most recover with no side effects, but some don't survive. So when the midwife told me that I was positive for carrying this GBS bacteria at the moment. She did explain that it was quite serious if it's passed on to the baby, and they can get really sick, but she was super reassuring and said that because they know about it, they can get on top of it and they can do what they need to do to make sure that the baby doesn't pick anything up on its journey out of my vagina. So she explained, like Google said, that because they know about it, they'll treat me for it with antibiotics, which they just put into your hand, like intravenous antibiotics. And she said that will probably most likely take care of it and nothing will get passed on to baby. But I need to stay in hospital for at least 2 nights so they can monitor the baby just by checking the baby's temperature to see if there's any infection, and if there is a spike in the temperature, then I guess that they just give the baby antibiotics. She did explain how it can turn into something serious, but the fact that we know about it means that we can get on top of it and we're 1 step ahead. And she said just by doing that, there shouldn't be any complications or anything to worry about. She told me not to stress about it and just to continue normally and to continue doing everything as I normally would and not worry about it, but just know about it. So she was really nice. It hasn't really stopped me from freaking out at times. I've had a couple of times when, yeah, my mind has just run away with it and I start to get really worried, and just the fact that I'm carrying this bacteria at this moment and that could be passed on to the baby, it still makes me worry. So right now the amniotic fluid is what's protecting the baby from this bacteria. If my waters break, then I need to go into hospital as soon as possible so they can start the antibiotics through the drip. Then we'd be on top of it from the very start, because once the waters break, then the bacteria can work its way up to the baby, or the baby comes down to the bacteria. I don't know. Otherwise, if contractions start and my water hasn't broken yet, then I think I just call the hospital, explain to them that I've got GBS and see what they say. But I'm pretty sure that I would just go in there anyway to get started on the antibiotics, just to be sure. So with my previous labors with Sienna, I had an epidural and they broke my waters maybe at around 6 centimeters, I think. So my waters didn't break on their own. With Jimmy, my waters broke on their own, but I was already at the hospital and I think I would have been about 8 centimeters. So that's good, because that means that if this labor follows that trend, then there's more protection for the baby from the fluid. Just want to get the baby out as quick as I can so it has less time hanging out in the birth canal and letting that bacteria get into its system. So yeah, so I just hope it's a quick labor and we can get the baby out of there and she's okay. And yeah, I'll just be watching her like a hawk. I might even take in my own little temperature thing and I'll just check her temperature every 5 minutes. So that's something different. And if you have had a positive GBS result in one of your pregnancies, please let me know. Please let me know particularly if it was no big deal and everything was just totally fine, because that's kind of what I like to hear. Anyway, I'm just going to continue on with my day. I went for a walk at the park. Baby's still in here though. Hello. So here's the bump. It's looking pretty good, I think. Yeah, there's my belly button. I feel like it's still getting a little bit bigger, which is good. And I do feel like it's dropped a little bit. It feels quite low and heavy down here. So hopefully it's not too far away and we can get this little baby out of here. 2, 3. That means I get to go first. 1. Oh, 1. Yay.
Okay. No, but you rolled 2.
I rolled 1.
You rolled 2 the first time, and you rolled 3, and then we needed to roll again. You rolled 3, and then you rolled...
Yeah, to see who goes first. You
no,
got 2.
You rolled
2 and I rolled 3. 3 is higher than 2, so that means I get to go first.
But then
Then I rolled 1.
No, then you rolled through and then you rolled through.
No.
No.
Sandy, you're cheating.
No, you're cheating.
I rolled a 1, darling, to start the game because I got to go first.
No, you can just cheat first.
I'm not cheating.
Is that?
No, it's here.
But that's on 5.
Because we started on 1. That's where you said we had to start. Hi guys, so it's a couple of days later now. I'm still pregnant. I'm 40 weeks and 4 days pregnant, and I'm actually just about to head into the hospital because I haven't been feeling heaps of movements. I was awake for quite a while last night. I just kept waking up and then I couldn't fall back asleep. Yeah, I didn't feel any movements while I was awake, which isn't uncommon at night times. Like, I don't feel her moving around much, but I felt nothing. And then this morning I have only felt like 2 or 3 movements for the whole morning. So it's 9 o'clock now. I've been up since about 6:30. So I rang the hospital and they said to come in and we'll just get some monitoring done. I feel a little bit silly calling. I know I shouldn't because they always say to call and like be on the safe side, but I don't know. I just feel a bit silly going in, and I bet once I get in there she starts moving around like crazy. But anyway, it's best to get these things checked out, so I'm going to do that and I'll let you know how it goes. So I'm here at the hospital and I actually felt quite a few movements on the way in, so now I don't even know if I should bother going into the hospital or not. I don't want to waste their time. I don't know what I should do. Maybe I'll just go in seeing as I'm here, and yeah, bummer. I knew that would happen. Hi guys, so the whole day has passed now and I'm just about to go to bed and I'm looking pretty terrible, so apologies about that, but I just thought I would quickly give a little update on what happened today. So I went in and I got monitored and baby was a little sleepy. So I had to change positions a few times to get the right kind of movements that they wanted to see. So I did that and the movements really picked up and they were happy with it. But what they were a little bit concerned about is I'm measuring a bit smaller, like my belly is measuring smaller than what they would like to see at this stage. So I'm 40 weeks pregnant, but my belly is measuring 36 weeks pregnant. So they did a ultrasound and checked the amniotic fluid and that was okay. But they said that because the movements have gone down a little bit and because I am measuring a lot smaller than what they would like, and because baby is full term, that they would probably like to get the baby out. I feel nervous saying this. They'd like to get the baby out over the next couple of days. So that means that I will be getting induced over the next couple of days. So I was pretty shocked by that. Like, I kind of just thought I'd go in and they would say, yeah, baby looks fine, movements are fine, just keep going on. They asked if I wanted to book that in today, so it would be either tomorrow or the next day. And I just asked if I could have some time to think about it because I don't want to be induced. I would like labour to come on naturally, but the 2 doctors that were there both recommended that just getting the baby out, considering she seems a lot smaller and the movements have gone down, would be safer than keeping her in, and she's full term anyway. So we decided that they would do a stretch and sweep, which they did, and that was painful. Like, I remember having one, I think with Jimmy, because he was 10 days over, and it was much more painful than I remembered. But he said that I'm 2 centimeters dilated already, and so I have to go back in tomorrow for some more monitoring, and that's when we're going to further discuss the induction. So that's when I'll probably book it in for sometime over the next coming days. So that kind of escalated quickly. That's where we're at. So I'm going to wrap this up here, and thank you so much for watching. I'll be sure to keep you updated. If you haven't subscribed, please do. I'd love to have you, and that's all for now. Bye.